guys? It's your girl Luna and I'm back with another video. What is up to the LB squad? What is good? What is up? What is good? What is up? What is up to the game, you guys? I'm back with another video, meaning I'm back with another banger. So before we get into this video, I need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And I also need y'all to hit that bell so you don't miss another this video. By the title, y'all already know what we're doing. If you've seen the last two videos that I post, that's what I post. Okay, so I really hope that I'm explaining my life to where y'all can understand it. If y'all are lost, confused, want to know more, just ask, and I'm going to answer your question. So, by the title, you already know where we're at. We are in high school from 9th to 12th grade. In my case, from 9th to 12th grade. So, first year of 9th grade. That's so horrible. Okay, so my first year of 9th grade, I went to high school. I am single, y'all. I am ready for high school. I'm ready to experience life. Let's go. What's in store? Boom. First week of school, already messed up. I started talking to this girl named A. She was a basketball player. So when I met her, she was super sweet, super kind. I'm just like, okay, you know, let's just give it a try. We kept it on a DL because she was like 11th grader and I was a freshman. And y'all know how that go. So we on the phone at night, we talking, all this. Got a good little relationship going. This is the first week, y'all. I have a class. If I'm not mistaken, this was either history or science. Whatever class. I had a class with this girl named Z. I didn't know that Z was a snake like she was when I first met her. When I first met her, I liked her. Like, I really liked her. And I thought we were going to be friends. I thought we were going to be real good friends. Okay. I was telling her about A. Z found A. A started lying, saying that we was not dating. This is all in the first week, y'all. That we was not dating. Basically, that I was delusional and making up stuff. And she started talking to Z. I flipped out. I didn't flip out because she started talking to Z. I flipped out because you trying to make it seem like I'm delusional. Like, and I'm not delusional because all these people in this school, first of all, you ain't even all that. Let's just keep it G. You wasn't even, she, like, literally wasn't even all that. Like, literally, it was somebody else, 2 other people that I could even come to my mind right now that was way, whatever. But just keeping it how it was, since I'm speaking then, okay? She wasn't all that, or whatever the case was. And she tried to make it seem like I was just real life delusional, y'all. So all these people on the basketball team wanted to fight me. Because they thinking that I'm lying on a teammate. I'm coming up, sorry y'all, my nose itching. That I'm coming up with all these different things about their teammate and all of this. So y'all, within the first week, I was about to fight the whole basketball team, y'all. This is my first week of high school, y'all. So that lets you know how high school 9th grade started for me. So it started off completely horrible. Like, it real life completely started horrible for me. And that right there made high school for me. I became the delusional girl. I became the girl that wanted to fight. I became the troublemaker. I became the liar. I just became her, okay? Which was not me at all. Well, I mean, I was kind of a troublemaker or whatever the case was. And I did lie every once in a while. But all the delusional and all the extra stuff, excuse me, that was not me. So, that was not me. So, moving forward, okay, so that's my first week. After all of that happened, within a few months, A cheated on Z. okay? And like I say, karma, it works. Karma happens. So A ended up cheating on Z with somebody else in the school. And Z wanted to fight A. I still want to fight A because no, you messed up high school for me in the beginning. So yes, I want to fight you. Still. So me and Z ended up becoming friends. And not just friends, y'all. We actually really became best friends. Like, we were best friends, which is crazy because I know I said she was a snake and I didn't really realize she was a snake, this, that, and the third. But we ended up becoming best friends. So moving forward, I started getting in trouble, of course. My attitude was horrible, y'all, because like I told y'all, I had depression issues. I had trust issues. I like literally was just trying to be somebody that I wasn't. I didn't really have nobody I really could talk to about the way I felt inside. So I literally like used to always be in something. Like everything I did, I felt like really was a crowd for help. So I always stayed in something, always staying in trouble. I don't actually remember how I ended up going to alternative my first year in 9th grade, but I went to alternative. So when I went to alternative for the first time in high school, I met this girl named Jay, and she actually became my best friend a few years afterwards. So, but this is when I first met Jay. So I met Jay in alternative, and we hit it off. Like, she was fun, like she was beautiful, like we just had, you know, we just clicked. Shortly after, I ended up going back to Harker Heights. I'm at Harker Heights right now, y'all. So I ended up going back to Harker Heights. And when I went back to Harker Heights, if I'm not mistaken, this is my second year in 9th grade, because I stayed in alternative for a while. Like, when I went to alternative that time, I think I was there for almost a year. So I ended up failing 9th grade because I wasn't doing work, I wasn't doing homework, I was failing classes, I was in alternative, I was getting kicked out of alternative, I was fighting. Oh, y'all, let me tell you about this fight I had in alternative. This is 9th grade. So it was this girl in alternative, her name started with a Z as well, so this is another Z. And when I was in class with her, like, we were cool, y'all. I kid y'all not. Let me tell y'all how delusional this was, okay? So, if y'all want to talk about delusional, let's talk about how delusional this was, y'all. So, I'm in class with Z. This is a different Z. This is not the Z from Heights. This is a different Z. I don't even know what school she from. And, like, we had class together, and we was cool. So far, I knew we were cool. Like, we didn't have no issues. I came to school one day, and they was like, Z looking for you, and she said when she see you, she gonna slap you. And I was like, Z? And they was like, Z, and I'm like, no, that Z? And they was like, yes, that Z. And I was like, slap me for what? Like, I'm confused. But I was like, okay, like, we gonna see. Because y'all, at this point, I was her. Like, if anybody wanted to fight, anybody can fight. I'm ready to fight, snatch, drag. I'm ready for it all. So that's where I was, right? So later on that day, matter of fact, for some reason, I don't even remember seeing her in first period. Anyway, we get to like 4th or 5th period. I forgot when we had gym, but we had gym. And with gym, what they used to make us do is walk the whole field like once or twice. And then we played, and if we don't want to play the whole time, we got to be walking the field because we in jail. Okay, so it ain't no you sit down and just talk. You got to walk the whole court, the whole field, or you got to play what they want you to play, or if you don't want to play, you got to walk the whole field. Or you get in trouble, which is dumb, but that was it. So we going outside, and I remember this, I used to wear micro braids all the time, so I had my micro braids in, and she walks up to me, throws her stuff down, and just stands there, and I'm looking at her like, so she was like, I want to fight. And I was like, okay. Like, literally, y'all remember this like you just said. I was like, okay. So Jay, this girl named A, K, I think her name was started with a K, or maybe it was with a C. It was either K or a C. I can't remember how her name was spelled. I think it was with a C. But that whole little group, they was like, yo, y'all fight when y'all get back there, because they wanted us to, basically they wanted us to walk the field and fight when we get to the back, because it was going to take time for people to come break it up, because they want to see a fight. Which is true. I mean, that's for everybody. You always want some, you know, if you want to see a fight, you want a fight to happen. So I'm like, okay. So she started walking, y'all. So I'm braiding my hair back in a braid. And I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. She want to fight me. To this day, I have no, I literally, I have no knowledge. No, I don't know why she want to fight me. I don't, to this day, I never found out why she wanted to fight me. She just wanted to fight me. So I'm like, why did she want to fight me? But she wanted to fight me, y'all. So we fought. Let me tell y'all the fight. It was so petty. Anyway, so she swung and I went back and I popped her and she fell on one knee, and that was so hilarious because everybody was like, ah, Z proposed, da-da-da. We were just making a joke out of it because she fell on one knee like she proposed, whatever. And then, like, I swung, and then she got up, and then Mr. Austin came and grabbed her, and that was it. Like, it was like a 2-3 hit fight. It wasn't even really a fight because she didn't even get to hit me. And that was that. So they dying laughing, and we all laughing and talking about, hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, so, we all laughing and stuff because basically, you know, the girl wanted to fight me and she ended up getting beat up. So that was that. But that's how I met Jay at Alternative. So after that, throughout Alternative, I believe that was the only actual fight I had. I almost got in a fight with this girl named Kay. She ain't want no smoke. Let me not be messy, but no, for real. She didn't want to fight. She really didn't want to fight. And if y'all want to hear about that story, that I'm just going to tell y'all. That's the point of this video, for me to tell y'all these stories. So, the story with her was, we had got into it in school. We were in Alternative. We got into it. And she wanted to fight. She was telling everybody, you know, she was going to beat me up. She was going to do this. She was going to do that. So the way Alternative is set up is I can't go, like, our class can't go in the class if the previous class is in there. We have to wait till the previous class leave out before we can actually enter the classroom. So her whole class had left. When we walked in, she was sitting on the cubicle, just swinging her legs, or whatever the case was. Excuse me. So I guess that was supposed to be her, like, getting ready to fight me. So, like, I walked past her and went sit down. I'm laughing because I'm just like, if she want to fight, we gonna fight. Like, I can't stop it. She's here. Like, if she come up and hit me, we gonna fight. So she got up and started walking out the classroom. She said something, though. Like, whatever she said, it ticked me off. She said something to me or whatever. And I picked up a chair and I threw it. And they said that it hit her. I remember throwing it and maybe it hit her or the wall, but I know I threw the chair. Okay, so when I threw the chair, this dude named T, that was my guy back there. He ran in the hallway or whatever, and he was like, Kay, you scary. She threw a chair at you and you ain't do nothing, da da da. And she was like, no, she ain't throw no chair at you. And he was like, we all seen it hit you or whatever the case is. So she was like, if she want that smoke, tell her come out, da da da. So I literally pushed past everybody and go to the hallway. She going off and she's taking her belt off because we had uniforms. So we had the button shirt, collar shirt with the pants, and we had to wear belts, and we had to have tennis shoes. So we had, it was a uniform. So she taking off her belt. And so this teacher ended up coming grabbing her, and so she going off. And the whole time, y'all, like, I'm kidding you, I didn't say nothing. I was just standing there because I was just like, if she want to fight, she gonna fight, right? Like, all that is unnecessary. So we all in the classroom laughing, talking about it, because we like basically that she took off her belt because they said when I beat her up, she was gonna say her pants was falling, something they was coming up with or whatever. So that was that. Never fought her or whatever. And other than that, like, I didn't too much have a bad time. I did have a few other people I had beef with, but it never was like beef to where like we fought or nothing. So it wasn't like, it was dry beef, like just dry. So, okay, I ended up going back to Heights. Now this is coming around to my second 9th grade year. I I met Ricky. I can say Ricky because y'all know Ricky. I met Ricky. And when I met Ricky, so at first, before I met Ricky, I met this girl named Jay. And when I met her, she was talking about this girl Ricky that was coming to the school. And I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I just met you. Me and her was pretty, me and Jay was pretty cool. And then Ricky came to the school. The way I met Ricky was so crazy. So like they called me to the office, or I was in the office or something, and no, somebody told me my sister was in the office. Somebody was like, your sister in the office. And I was like, my sister? Mind you, I was the only one here with my mom. So I'm just like, okay, if my sister in the office, like maybe they're here to surprise me, So I go down to the office and I'm like, hey, you know, somebody said my sister was here. And it was like, yeah, she went to class. And I was just like, okay, y'all got the wrong person, because my sister and them don't go here. And at this point, I think my sister and them was in college. So I'm like, nah. So I didn't meet Ricky till like a week or two after that situation. So I bumped into her, and like I used to cuss back then, so I'm like, B, you look like me, and she was like, no, B, you look like me, or she vice versa, whatever the case was. And like we fell in love with each other, so we ended up becoming best friends from that, like really just like sisters. And everybody thought we were real sisters because we really actually look alike, which is crazy. And so we used to say like we had the same daddy, different mamas and stuff like that. So, or same mama, different daddy, whatever. Like we used to be lying. Like, so people thought we were sisters and we wasn't. So of course, here we go, fighting. I used to fight a lot in Heights because Ricky used to cash checks at that time, or write checks back then that she couldn't cash. Like now it's different because like as we got older, she learned how to fight. But Ricky couldn't fight back then when we was in school. So she used to write all these checks and couldn't cash a penny. So she used to go, because she knew I was gonna fight for her. So she used to go picking with people, saying stuff, all this. And she's like, Lauren gonna beat you up. And that was me. I was gonna fight. So I was in so much mess behind Ricky. Like I was fighting behind Ricky, which was wild. Because I'm like, sis, like, leave these people alone. Woo! Sorry, y'all. So that is that with Ricky. So bringing it back to the beginning of 9th grade, I got in a relationship with this girl named A. And I dated her majority of my high school. Me and her stopped dating in my senior year. No, this is my second year in 9th grade. So we stopped dating in it was my senior year, because I went to Pathways, and I told y'all Pathways helps y'all get ahead. So I had got ahead, which technically was caught up. I got caught up. So it literally like seemed like we were dating shorter than what the time was, but that's how we dated, whatever. So we broke up my senior year. I was 15 when I started dating A. I moved to Houston when I turned 16. Actually, before I turned 16, I ran away. I ran away for a night, like a day and a half, and Ricky ended up telling my sister where I was, and they found me. So that was that. And y'all, when I tell y'all, when I ran away, it was just wild. Like, I ran away, it was wild. And so I ran away, and I wanted to go to Mississippi because that's where A lived. And I was about to run away to Mississippi, y'all, at 16, like a crazy person. And I got caught, of course. I got caught. And when I got home, y'all, like my mom gave my room to my brother and my sister. And I had to sleep in the room with nothing in it. A room with nothing in it but the stuff that I ran away with. Good thing I ran away with a bunch of clothes and drawers and stuff. But that was it. Like, and I was sleeping on the floor on a pallet. I'm trying to think. So we moved to Houston. I ended up meeting this other girl, and I told A that I wanted to take a break because we were a long distance relationship. Like I said, I lived in Texas and she lived in Mississippi. And so I wanted to talk to the girl that was there. So started dating that girl, and then that girl I was working with started dating another girl we was working with. It was just all messy. Then within probably a few months, I moved back to Killeen. This is when I told y'all me and Z was best friends. So me and Z was best friends. I told y'all in the beginning we had became best friends. And she, even when I stayed in Houston, she had came and stayed like 2 weeks in Houston with me. Ricky ended up coming and stay like a good like month or so, because she actually started going to school down there. And then me and Ricky got in a fight. Like, we actually got in a fist fight over something dumb, y'all. So my brother hid her work clothes, and I had got off of work that night, but I had to be back that morning, so I wouldn't have had time to wash my work clothes. I was just gonna wash them when I got off of work. So I put mine in a corner, and when I woke up, she had my clothes on, and I was like, they're my clothes, and she's like, no, they're not. I'm like, yes, it is, because my clothes is over there. So my brother had hid her clothes, and we didn't know because we were asleep. So why he hid her clothes, I don't know. So we got into it, and my mom was just basically like, you know, if I didn't get my clothes, nobody was going to work, because she knew I went to work last night, so my clothes shouldn't have disappeared, whatever the case was. And then I was more upset at the fact that Ricky was dressed to go to work, and Ricky didn't work until I got off of work. Like, they had us on different shifts because we was up there doing the most. So, like, they had us on different shifts, and I'm just like, you know, you don't even work right now, whatever. And like, I feel like it would have been different had I went to work and then I got off, and then we just switched clothes, and she just wore what I had on until we figured out, you know, like where the other clothes was, or got different clothes at work or whatever. But it didn't happen like that. Like, we didn't think that then. And so we ended up getting into it, and I had this bear that I had got for A, and of course couldn't give it to her because she was like hours away. And she threw the bear in the tub and put water on it and hid the bear. Long story short, we ended up fighting over the bear because I took her hoodie. This is her favorite hoodie, and I literally like cut it. And if y'all want to know about that story, that video, I actually did a video in full length about that particular situation, with the video included and everything. So if y'all want to go see that video, y'all go see that video. So that, you know, that was that with that situation. Moving forward, so I moved back to Killeen. My mom was still working in Houston, so I was living with Z, going to school. Me and Z ended up getting into this huge argument, which was very pointless, but it literally blew our friendship up. Like, we were friends for years, and it blew our whole friendship up. And it escalated like horrible, because years later, A ended up wanting to fight Z, and then we pulled up, and they were fighting, and I tried to break up the fight, and Z turned around and stole off on me, and then me and Z started fighting, and then we left. We came back, started fighting again, and it went left. Like, it absolutely went left. Like, I blacked out, and it went left. Like, it just went left. So, moving forward throughout all of the drama, the mess, the fights, because I've been through a lot of fights. I've been through a lot of things. Transitioning from high school, I'm just gonna jump right into adulthood, because my high school year was very messy. Like, I made friends, lost friends, fought. Like, that was my high school. Like, I was just fighting. I was doing a lot of fighting, having sex. I started smoking weed when I got in 12th grade. When I smoked weed before, but smoking it, how I started smoking it, I didn't start smoking it into high school. My 12th grade year, I ended up hanging out, reconnected with D from middle school, actually. And when we high school, because I was cool with her in high school. I forgot she did go to Heights. But she ended up coming to Pathways and her boyfriend Jay was there, and like we just used to start smoking all the time. And then I had another friend named A, and we was just all smoking, and all we did was smoke. So I was just like, in Pathways, I only had one fight in Pathways. I had beef with a lot of people, but I only had one fight in Pathways. And if y'all want to know about that fight, my last high school fight, I do have that video as well, so y'all can go back and check that out. The video included. Then let's see, adulthood. When I turned 18 and I finally graduated, my mama kicked me out. She didn't kick me out, but she pushed me out there. Like, and I moved to Houston with my sister. I actually was very excited because I wanted to leave clean and I just wanted a fresh start. Ugh, fresh start did I get. I started working at Pizza Hut. This is my job, my very first job in Houston. Well, no, this is my second job in Houston because when I worked at Sonic when I was 16, it was in Houston. And then I started working at a Sonic in Killeen when I came back. And then I ain't worked no more until I moved to Houston. Okay, so this is my third job. I'm working at Pizza Hut. I worked at Pizza Hut for probably no more than a month because we always had beef with the manager and her little friend. Like, we always had beef with them, and because that was her friend and she was the manager, she always took the girl's side, and it was just always mess. So boo, I had to go and I quit. Within a week later, I started working at Domino's. I love Domino's. Oh, I love Domino's. Me and my sister and her best friend Kendra, we had got into this argument. So when I tell y'all back then, I was so toxic and just didn't care about nobody because I had all these issues going on with me that I never dealt with. This is one of those situations. So me and Kendra, and I'm not even gonna go into detail about that one because that gotta be dead. But we got into this huge argument. I was dating, me and A had broke up like a year before this, and so, or a few months before this, I started dating this girl named L. So we started dating when I got to Houston, and I knew her from a while back, but we had started dating, and she used to date Z, which is crazy, right? Yeah. So the thing about that was, because I don't want y'all to think I'm shysty or nothing, L wanted to date me back in the day, right? But I was on a break with A and I was dating S. So I wasn't finna add L to it. Like, that's just a lot going on. Like, I'm in a relationship and on a break with somebody else. Like, no. So I hooked up L with Z, and they ended up getting together. When they broke up, I don't know how long, I can't remember how long they was broken up because me and Z had stopped being friends along the way. But when I moved to Houston, Brianna had me on her Snap. I didn't know L and Bree was on Snap. They didn't even know that they knew each other or whatever the case is, or they was on Snap, whatever the case is. But L reached out to Brianna and told her to give her my Snap. And then I was like, who? And then she showed me, and I'm like, oh, we call her something else. We call her T. We don't call her T, but we call her T. So that's her nickname. So I ended up starting talking to T, or whatever the case is. Well, L. I ended up starting talking to L. So where was I at? Me and Kendra got into this huge argument, and Kendra was like, we was in a group chat, and she said something like, tell L something I did in my past that L didn't know, and was very much incriminating. And I was just like, I can't, did she just say what she just said? And the way I was back then was, my words was to kill. I was trying to slice somebody's neck. Like, my words would kill you back then. Like, I would say some hurtful stuff, and I promise you I didn't care when I said it. Like, I didn't care. I was aiming to hurt you in the deepest way I can. Kendra's mom was actually going through something at that time, and I told her I hope her mama died. That's what I said, because that was the person I was. Like, I was just evil. Like, I was an evil person. And, like, she flipped out because her mom was going through, like, honestly, her mom was going through surgery. And that's, you don't ever say nothing like that to nobody. I mean, I know that now, but back then, that's just the person I was. And that was just horrible. And like, they kicked me out, and I would have kicked me out too. Like, girl, what? So they kicked me out. When we was probably like an hour or so away from Killeen, they talked about it and they were gonna let me come back, but I was just like, I'm not about to do a whole 3 hours riding back in the car with y'all, and right now I just don't want to be in the car with y'all. So I ended up going back to Killeen, stayed in Killeen for probably a good few weeks, and then ended up going back to Houston. And then so I told y'all I had started working at Domino's. So before I left, all that happened. I ended up having to leave Domino's because all that happened, and I moved back to Killeen. Came back, and I started working at T-Mobile. Worked at T-Mobile for a little bit, and then got a job at FedEx. Excuse me, started working at FedEx. As I was working at FedEx, I started working at Sonic throughout the daytime. And I was working FedEx nighttime because I was on an overnight shift. I ended up becoming a manager at Sonic. So backtrack to FedEx. I met Casey. I mean, y'all know Casey. I can say his name because y'all know him. Because if y'all go back to the very beginning videos, I started this channel with Casey. So I met KC and fell head over heels for KC. I mean, I fell head over heels for KC. And I ended up, after a while, quitting FedEx. I got into it with one of the shift managers, and he tried to play me. And baby, I can't be played. Okay, no. What happened was, like, I didn't like that shift manager, the shift manager that we had. And one, like, he used to always try to tell people what to do. Not that he can't, because that's his job, but like, he used to pick. So like, the thing was, it's like, I was on, we did unloading, or loading and unloading. So we load up trucks. We were in the warehouse. So we load up trucks. And one day I came to work or whatever, and like, the previous shift left some of their stuff. They didn't finish it. Mind you, for us, we can't go home until our stuff is done. So he told me to go take something off the chute. And I told him no. Because one, I ain't put it there. And why, instead of you sending them home, make them finish their stuff and then send them home. Don't tell them they can go home and then we gotta come and do the rest of their stuff plus our stuff. Like, no, that's not fair. So I told him no. So he was like, sorry y'all, I gotta drink water. Not that I gotta drink water, but it's helping me drink water and make sure I'm staying hydrated. But dang, I got 2 bottles of water over here. How did that happen? So he had grabbed my arm, and I was like, get the F off me. And he was like, my bad. Like, I guess he realized he grabbed me, and I was like, I will beat you up. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I started flipping out on this dude. Like, I was like, I will beat you up, because I was like, my daddy don't even grab me like this, and you got the audacity to put your hands on me. Like, you don't even know me. So I completely snapped on this dude. Mind you, I used to smoke weed, so I'm pretty sure I was high at this moment. I'm sure I was high. So I flipped out like this nigga hit me or something. So I'm like, get your hands off of me. Like, I will beat you up. Like, I will really beat you up. I was like, my daddy do not touch me, so you do not touch me. And he was like, my bad. He was like, okay, well, do you want to go home for the rest of the night or whatever? And so basically, he was trying to make it seem like I was having an issue, because he was scared that I was going to snitch on him. But one thing about me was, back then I was like, I ain't no snitch. I will beat you up in a parking lot. Like, none of that. So that was that, or whatever the case is. So he sent me home, and I was just like, you know what, I ain't going back, or whatever. I ended up becoming a manager at Sonic. So I'm a manager at Sonic. I'm dating KC. Just having a nice little life, or whatever the case is. Boom, drama. Here comes drama. So I didn't tell y'all me and L broke up. Me and L had broke up because me and L was toxic. And when I mean toxic like, literally the other day, Brianna sent me one of, you know, like how snaps give you memories. Brianna sent me one of the memories of one of our toxic moments. And basically, like, we was arguing, and she got kids, and I was like dumping all her kids' stuff out on the floor and kicking it everywhere and all type of stuff. Just toxic. Like, we was toxic. We used to fight. Like, one day, mind you, I told you I was in an abusive relationship, and been in an abusive relationship, and I've been an abuser of a relationship. So that's, let me know in the future wise. I'm not gonna put my hands on nobody. Ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me. I'm good. So we got into an argument one day because she used to always text Z. Mind y'all, Z is my ex-best friend, and Z is her ex-girlfriend. So we used to have a lot of issues with that, and instead of me leaving, I just used to beat her up. I don't know why. That was just me smoking and fighting. That was it. Toxic. Me and KC had a pretty decent relationship. I'm gonna say decent because it could have been better. Our issues was he is a drinker and I was a smoker, and so like he used to drink, I used to smoke, and those two things do not mix with toxic people that then been through a lot of stuff, that never dealt with their past issues and just jumped into a relationship and taking it out on each other as they're trying to grow. So we ended up falling out like real bad. If y'all want to know that story in complete full, I have a video on that as well. I think it's titled something like I know the one about me and my last fight in high school is like my last fight in high school. I know it's like me and Ricky fought. The fight between me and Ricky. I think that's the title. And then it's like my last video with KC or something like that. Why me and KC not together no more or something like that. So or what happened to me and KC. I think that's what it was. So y'all can get the gesture of that whole situation with that. Then boom. So when we broke up, before we broke up, I met M, which I can say his name actually because I have videos with him. I met Marcus. Okay, so I met Marcus, and Marcus liked me back then, but y'all, I was so toxic. Like, I was so toxic. So I couldn't date Marcus back then because I was just toxic, and he was a good person, and I would have hurt him. I know I would have. So we never dated. I'm kind of skipping past because there's a lot of like stories, and I'm trying not to go into all the stories, but just letting y'all know like who I am. And who I was, basically who I was and who I am now. So moving forward, my son calling me, I'm about to go in there. Moving forward, I was toxic to Marcus. I was smoking a lot. I ended up wanting to stop smoking. After me and Marcus fell off, hold on baby, I wanted to stop smoking. So I stopped smoking for a little bit. Ended up smoking and drinking for my birthday, and then I stopped again. Ended up meeting Josh, which is Zaiyden's dad, which y'all know because the videos that I posted previously. I met him, and we moved completely too fast. Boom, I got pregnant. When I got pregnant, I knew the life that I wanted for Zaiyden, and I knew it wasn't the life that I lived. I had a lot of issues, like I said, depression, lifelong situations, things that I've never dealt with, that I didn't want to bring into a child's life, an innocent child that had nothing to do with it, and I also wanted him to live this life that I never did. And so the only way that I could have been able to do that, or I will be able to do that, was gain a relationship with God. So I moved back to Killeen with my mom because I wanted to renew my relationship with God, and I just wanted to get a deeper connection with God. So 2019 I moved back, meaning I left that life behind. I stopped smoking. Of course, I stopped smoking when I found out I was pregnant, but stopped smoking, drinking, and all the stuff I was doing, watching my mouth, not using profanity, watching the way I talk to people. And it was a bumpy road, y'all. It's 2021, and I truly could say like I have transitioned into a better person. Now I know how to deal with my emotions. I know how to not allow myself to fall into depression. I know that when things are hard, just go to God. and trust God with my walk and faith. And it gets rocky sometimes. Like, you know, I tremble. You know, I tremble on the rock, but the rock is solid under me. I would never, never, never leave his side, and he would never leave mine. And that's just that. But now I am 23 years old. I have a 1-year-old son. I am a single mother, and when I say single mother, I mean truly single mom, because I do this by myself. His dad is currently not in his life, so it's just me and him. And I'm a YouTuber. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a woman of God. Should have started off with that. I'm a Christian. I go to church. I read my Bible. I study. I praise the Lord. That's me, y'all. Like, what y'all get now is me. Like, the person I used to be is just completely made new, and I'm so grateful, because it was nothing but God's grace and just God that made me new. So, like, just literally moving forward in my life, I really want y'all to be a part of it. And I really hope in these last few videos that I talked to y'all about how I grew up and where I grew up, gave you kind of like a little gesture of who I am. I hope I said pretty much enough to give y'all an idea of who I was, where I came from, and basically who I am now. And moving from here, the only way I can really show y'all, tell y'all who I am now, is to show y'all. So I, you know, would really love for y'all to stay on this journey, this life journey with me, and just see who I am on a daily basis and a weekly basis, or wherever I post, whenever I post, and just live this life with me. You know, if there's anything else that y'all would like to know about me, about my past, who I am, what I like, or whatever the case is, comment down below, and I would definitely answer those questions. And that's that. Like, that's it. That's that. Like, that's shit on my life. I also want to add this to this video, because this, if I do this video, it's gonna be a real short video, because I only had a few people that asked me this. So I do want to add this to the video. So I made a questionnaire on Instagram probably a month ago, and I was supposed to answer these questions, and sorry I haven't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and answer y'all that asked these questions in this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So spiritual.smxrf asks, what state do you live in? I live in Texas. Asia Cole _ asks, how old are you? I am 23. Ross Hollier asks the same questions. Where are you from and how old are you? I am from Orange, Texas, and I am 23 years old. Not that Zaiyden didn't snap pictures in my phone. Sorry, y'all. Nyla asks, do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend? I guess she's just saying, well, I guess this day and time. No, I do not. I am single, and I'm interested in only men. So, no, I'm very much single. Sorry, y'all, because this question's all over the place. J_Gilbert_Philippi asks, where you from? Which is Texas, Orange, Texas. And how are you doing? Currently, I am doing really good. I'm doing amazing. Super excited about life. Very grateful for this journey. Just excited where God is taking me, where I'm headed. That's it. That's all. And y'all, honestly, I believe that is all of the questions that I have. And if I missed something, then I do apologize. So thank you so much for asking questions. Thank you so much for getting to know me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Not ugly, y'all. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I cannot wait into the next video. I am super excited, y'all. If y'all have any ideas, don't forget to comment down below so we can do the video that you asked. Like I said, if there's any other questions, excuse me, that y'all want to know, anything that y'all want to know about me, yeah, if you want to know, just ask. That's it. I mean, but you want to know anyway, so why not ask? Like, who want to ask questions but don't ask them? Like, who does it? Just kidding, y'all. If there's any questions that y'all want to ask, don't hesitate to ask. All of my social medias, any way to get in contact with me, the description is down below. And I will see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.